All right, and we are filming. We are filming. We are filming.
Pull up a chair, yeah, look at the plate. You already know it's about to look great. Are you hungry? Let's go. Take a seat, cause everybody knows that Santi eats.
Today we have something different. This is my breakfast and I actually have to donate in like 3 hours. So that's what I'm gonna be eating. And I'm gonna be talking about that also, about like the donation process of plasma. So if you'd like to hear about that, please stick around. It is good to be hydrated and to have high protein. So I have 4 eggs. I love eggs. Pick a protein, keep it, or switch it out. And then I also have kidney beans. And then I have oranges, water, and a jug of water. So that's what I'm gonna be eating. So please go get what you need, what you want. Come join me. I would love for you to join me and hear this process. But first, amen. Okay. Easy meal. So one thing about donating plasma is you have to stay hydrated. And depending on what they tell you or whatever you read, I recommend staying hydrated the day before and the day of your appointment. Those are 2 of the most important dates. I've tried staying hydrated the day of and then not drink as much the night of or the night before. But I've noticed that when I donate, I take a quicker time when I'm actually hydrated the day of and the night before. So the more you are hydrated will determine on how quickly you are in the chair or not. Now, you do make some income from it, and it's actually pretty good income. You can actually pay off like a light bill or a gas bill or have gas throughout the week. That's nice. But remember, you are helping families who can't produce plasma, and people who have plasma running through their veins, you can get it back by like staying hydrated, by eating more protein after your appointment. And people who don't produce plasma, they rely on us providing it for them. And I can't tell you how many times I was growing up and I hated being stuck by needles. And one thing about this needle is it's like a thicker needle that goes into your arm. It needs to be able to pump out the blood, and then the blood and the plasma, they get separated from each other. After your plasma donation, you will get your blood back, and then you will get saline, and saline will like make your arm not feel like a noodle anymore. It is cold. That's after the process. And please let me know if you have any questions. I can answer as much as I can. Now remember, Not all plasma donations are the same. So keep that in mind. A lot of them are the same because it follows, like, I guess, the same routines and rules and stuff, but not all of them are the same. And I've picked up on that. I've donated at least 3, maybe 4 plasma centers now, and 2 of them were different. Keep that in mind when you go. But if you have any questions about it, it's okay to be nervous. It is okay to be nervous when you first walk in there, because if it's new to you and you've never donated anything, it's nerve-wracking. I never look at the needle. Whenever they stick it in my arm, I never look at the needle. Oh, you will develop a hole in your arm. You will develop a hole in your arm. But it can go away with, like, certain creams or something. Like, it won't be as dark. I don't think the hole will go away, but make sure you get your full 8 hours of sleep the night before. And if you can't do 8, at least 7. Especially if you have, like, high blood pressure or higher blood pressure. Me. It runs in my family. A lot of us has it. But when it's time to donate, it usually gets to the minimum requirement. We actually went to the doctor not too long ago. Oh, well, there goes my orange. I went to the doctor not too long ago, and my doctor said that I didn't really need medication for my blood pressure because it's not, like, super high like it used to be. I used to be a big alcohol drinker. 2 packs, 1 pack of cigarettes daily. That's another thing. If you're a smoker or you're a drinker, I wouldn't recommend drinking 24 to 48 hours before you donate. And I don't recommend smoking any type of smoke like 2 hours before you donate, including vapes. You could get deferred that day if something happens. They check your vitals. They make sure that your hematocrit, blood, whatever, is good. Your protein levels are good. Your iron, they look at your iron. So, it's your first day to go donate. What are we looking for? So, I definitely recommend 8 hours of sleep, 7 hours max. Bring in your ID, bring in address wherever you are residing or wherever you are right now. Show them that. Social, if they ask for a social, like a piece of it's going to be a long process. So when you first walk in there, it's going to be a long process. Don't think that you're going to be leaving within 30 minutes. You might be in there for 3, maybe 4 hours. I was in there for about 4 or 5 hours. My first time I ever went. But the next time you come in, you'll only be in there for about an hour, depending on how fast you donate. So your first time is always the longest because you have to go through so many processes. You have to get your finger scanned for like a to clock you in. If the plasma center does it where you guys are, they might just give you like a number, but they're all different. But that's all easy. Make sure you drink plenty of fluids. I recommend water, but you can, I don't think that like, as long as you're hydrated, as long as you were hydrated with like some type of electrolytes, I definitely recommend electrolytes, like the little packets. The more you're hydrated, the quicker you go. I just forgot everything. This is why I know I can't be a teacher. I went to school. I studied to be an elementary school teacher. I got the patience for it. I do have the patience, and I love kids, but I get very distracted. Oh. What's it saying? So the night before, drink plenty of water. Make sure you are hydrated. Don't chug it down. I used to be the one to chug my water down last minute. Sip it throughout the day. Stay hydrated. Get 8 hours of sleep, 7 minimum. Gather up all the information that they're gonna ask for. ID, license, ID. I already said ID. Address change if you have it. And then sit and wait. You'll be waiting for a while, depending on how many people are waiting when it's their first time. Then they're gonna call you up there. They're going to bring you into the back. You'll speak to a nurse. And the nurse is going to check, like, to make sure that your breathing is good, to make sure that, just make sure that you're functioning good, like you're not like falling apart. Past that, go back out in the lobby, sit down, and then wait until your name gets called. Once your name gets called, you go to the front, you choose a finger that you want them to prick. They're gonna prick your finger with like a teeny tiny little needle. It gives them the blood, it provides blood that they will check. Like, they'll check your blood, they'll check your protein levels, they'll check your iron levels. They'll make sure that all that is flowing well, because they don't want people passing out. They don't want, but see, I'll get to that in a little bit, but they don't want people, they don't want something horrible to happen to where they have to call the ambulance. So they have to check all that. Procedure. After that, you're on to the next step. So now you're gonna, they'll check your height, your weight, all that. And then you're ready to go to the beds. Now, this is where I've noticed every time I'm ready to go to get my bed to donate, I start getting warm. Remember, I cannot stand needles. I've hated them like my whole life. Even when I was a kid and we had to get like little kid shots and stuff before school, I hated them. Always hated needles. So, your blood could or could not shoot back up depending on how much you're overthinking. And I'm an overthinker, and I try to clear my mind out before I get, inside. And it does, for the most part, for me to pass my high blood pressure exam or my blood pressure exam. But then when I'm ready to get on the bed, I feel like it just shoots right back up again. So I take out my phone. My phone, I can put my mind into what I'm watching, and it's usually like funny videos, animal videos. I don't really put in no type of horror videos or anything because I have to level out my blood. Depending on what you like watching, I recommend just watching something that gives you gives you peace. If you guys hear noises in the background, my cats are trying to look out the window, and it's really hot. I don't have the blinds open. I don't want it to burn up in here, so please just ignore the sounds if you hear anything. Anyways, so yeah, watch my little funny show, and then I'm ready to donate. they'll take blood and they'll your very first time that you donate, they usually take blood and put it in a little tube, and then they'll just send you on your way to keep donating plasma. But you are allowed to be on your phone. Certain plasma centers will allow you to be on your phone to talk to them, and some of them won't. They don't want you sleeping. You have to keep your eyes open. They want to make sure that you are doing well, like you're still alive. So then after all that, you'll be in the chair for about 30 to like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending on how fast you go, depending on how hydrated you are, there are small things that will determine how long you are in that chair for. I'm usually in the chair for like 40 to like 45 minutes. I used to be in the chair for like an hour and a half, and this was when I was smoking. I used to smoke cigarettes for 11 years. That's a long time, and I stopped smoking cigarettes back in 2023. I stopped smoking vape back in 2024. So the time. When is the proper time to eat before you go into your appointment? I recommend 3 hours, 2 hours, that window. I wouldn't recommend eating 4 hours before. I wouldn't recommend eating an hour before. Your food has to have enough time to be in your system, to be in your veins, to then you being able to do what you got to do the day of, you know? So it's currently 11:55, and I'm finishing it up right now. It gives me 3 hours. That's that 3 hour window that I'm talking about. If you get hungry within the 3 hours, take a little snack. Get another little orange, peanut butter. I heard peanut butter is really good if you like peanut butter. PB&J sandwich maybe. But nothing too fatty, nothing filled with sugar. Whew. I'm getting full. One thing, you will get full. That means that you've eaten enough protein. I mean, think about it. 4 eggs, kidney beans, 9 little oranges, water. You can have like nuts if you like crunchy. If you're like missing the crunchy, I would recommend nuts, celery. Stay away from like fatty foods. Like don't eat a burger. I've heard of people still eating like Chick-fil-A, drinking a Starbucks coffee. Like I've heard about it. But you could run into the problem of having cloudy plasma, and depending on how severe it is or how serious it is, they may or may not use it, and then they could potentially tell you that you may not get compensated for it, because you do get compensated. I don't know if all plasma centers compensate you for your time and for your plasma, but I know a lot of them do, because that is draining. Like it drains you. Like you feel tired. You feel like sometimes you may feel like you're gonna pass out, depending on what you've eaten that day, it just depends on everything. Take the steps that I've provided and take them with you from when you first go, or if you're going back donating. But I've been doing it now for a while, and I'm still here. I haven't, like, nothing severe has happened. Donating plasma isn't a serious a scary thing. Like, it is rare for anything very serious to happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's rare. Our bodies produce it back. The more that we stay hydrated, the more that we eat our protein, like, it just comes back to us, like in our veins. So it feels like we didn't even donate, and then you feel fine. Then you don't feel as tired or as weak, you know? It can be an overwhelming feeling, especially if you've never done it before. And you may have heard like scary stories, but I promise it's not as bad or as scary as people point it out to be. And they will have like photos of like families on their walls saying thank you for everything y'all done and that you do. And it makes you feel good. Like, yeah, you may get compensated for it, and it could potentially pay like your car bill or like a light bill. It's like a little side hustle. I would call it like a little side hustle. But that's nice, yeah. But think of it like you're helping someone. You're helping families. One day, I believe, one day that you go to get your plasma taken, you're helping two people. That's 2 families. Or like 2 people in one family. So 1 bottle of your plasma helps 2 people. If you do that throughout the year, and depending on how often you go, if you go like twice a week or like once a week, you could have potentially helped like hundreds of people, maybe even thousands in a year, depending on how often you go. So I say that's pretty good. And most of the centers that I've been to before, most of them have been very sweet and careful and cautious and treats you like fragile, like you're fragile to them. Like they're not just going to make you feel uncomfortable and make you want to not come back or to leave, you know? It's rare that I've heard people with like really bad experiences. So I guess if you've had an experience with donating plasma, let me know in the comments. I would love to read them. If you had great experiences, let me know. I want more people to not feel bad for giving out plasma. It's always been something that was looked down upon, but why? You're getting compensated for doing something good for someone. Depending on if you even have a vehicle, you still have to get to your appointments. That's gas too. So it's like they're paying for you for your gas, and then they're paying because you're helping families. Like, compensate, you know. You help us out, we'll help you out. Something like that. You know what I mean? So don't look at it as in that aspect, and look at it as you are helping people, you are helping families. And if you've never helped anyone a day in your life, and this could be something that, you know, I'm just rambling at this point, but if you are ready to go donate and you have an appointment coming up, or you have been thinking about whether you want to do it or not, I recommend you should. But let me know if you have any questions. Let me know. Just let me know if you have any questions, and I will try to answer them to my best ability. But remember, all bodies are different. Like, my body isn't like your body, you know what I mean? So like, keep that in mind, and then also keep in mind that not all plasma centers are the same. Keep that in mind, depending on where you live. Okay? Other than that, I will try to answer what I can. I hope you guys like this mukbang / informational video, I guess. And let me know if you have any other questions. Maybe if you have any other topics that I could talk about. I would love to know that too. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Say hi to me in the comments. I read all my comments, and I try to respond to all of them when I can. So yeah, If you like this video, hit that thumbs up and don't forget to hit that bell down below. That will inform you when I post again so that you can see my beautiful face or cheesy. Anyways, I love you guys and have a great rest of your day. Peace.